It's time for the Z's. Except, this is the last ZVZ of Group C. Well, maybe. This one has the potential for a tiebreaker, as every game does tonight, but Soulkey is down at the 8 o'clock position in purple. So Soulkey's in purple. That means Hyvaa is down at the 5 o'clock in orange. Hyvaa is 0-2 in this group. He hasn't won any yet. And Soulkey is 1-1. But let me give you the score sheet, shall I? Oh, sorry. There we go. If Soulkey wins this game, he is moving out into the round of 8 with Shine. Because Shine is already guaranteed a spot. He 3-0'd the group. His ZVZ specialty coming quite in handy in this group. So Shine is already out. But if Soulkey wins, he's going to take that second spot, moving out into the round of 8. But if Hyvaa wins, we're going to have a tiebreaker between Hydra, Hyvaa, and Soulkey. Which everyone kind of teased me about in the predictions. They're like, Nuke, you're going to have an endless ZVZ tiebreaker. Which kind of makes me shiver a bit. I would not look forward to that. The extractor up first for Hyvaa. And there's an overpull from him after his extractor. And it looks like Soulkey is moving out for a 12 hatch. Yeah, Soulkey is 12 hatching. Craziness. That's okay. It's pretty risky, especially against this early pool opening. This isn't a 9 pool or anything, but still it's going to be tough for Soulkey to hold. We saw that build order win yesterday, the 9 pool versus 12 hatch. It's almost impossible to win if you're 12 hatching against a 9 pool and the opponent has scouted you and knows where you are, is able to get to you at least in the first or second place that they scout. But it's happened before. I can't remember any specific examples, but I do remember a couple times where I think Jadong did it a time or two, where he 12 hatched and ended up winning against 9 pool. Not in the Pro League finals against Hyuk. That's not an example of that happening. That's an example of Jadong failing against Hyuk's 9 pool against his 12 hatch. So that's not an example of that happening at all. So the base is about to come up. The Overlord's going to pass each other, so both will know where the other is. Overlords, look at their trying to hit each other with the phalanges. Overlords trying to attack each other. Unsuccessful in doing so. I can't imagine why that would be. I mean, they have the pinchers at the front. You ever look at an Overlord? It has those big freaking mandibles that they should be able to attack with. They should at least have some air-to-air attack. I mean, come on. We need to patch that into StarCraft 2 at least. Come on, Blizzard. Make up for your mistake. Alright. So the lair on the way for Hyvaa. He already has out some Zerglings. He's about to find the second base now. He sneaks in with the Zerglings. He sees the second base is up. So he's going to send every single one of his Zerglings to this hatchery. Kind of sighing there like, oh man, he's going to have the economic advantage if I can't take this down. Need to micro my butt off and get rid of this second hatchery. Coming in with the Zerglings now. Going to try to get us around. I do believe that... Oh man, I do think that Soulkey has more Zerglings. Plus he has some drones to help himself out just in case. Plus he has the second hatchery, which is going to help out a lot with pumping Zerglings, which should give him the edge as far as Zergling versus Zergling battle go. But the Spire is up, or coming up now for Hyvaa. And Soulkey is probably going to build some spore colonies to fend off against that. He's going to need to. He needs some kind of anti-air. Needs to start thinking about that right now. And there's a creep colony being built inside of Hyvaa's main. He's going to build a sunken colony to protect against a bunch of Zerglings. He's kind of banking on the fact that Soulkey will go Zergling, 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 Zergling instead of focusing on anti-air, which it seems that Soulkey is doing. Nothing in the means of anti-air yet for him, with the Spire just about to come up if it isn't already. And with the sunken colony there, Hyvaa is going to be safe to try to morph some mutas. And Soulkey's grouping up for a big attack. He's going for all Zergling, trying to win with Zerglings. It's going to be extremely awkward to attack this, though. He has to take out the sunken colony first, but easier said than done, trying to get close to it. He got it down the yellow, but really hasn't been able to snipe much in the way of drones. Hasn't been able to surround any drones to take them out yet. I think the Zerglings, Hyvaa's Zerglings fending this off. So Hyvaa takes this. Miraculously, against that many Zerglings, he takes it, but the Evolution Chamber just now coming up for Soulkey. Could be a little late. Here come the mutas. Mutas already on the way for Hyvaa, so this gambit from Soulkey might not have paid off. Should have played much more conservatively, I think, especially having that second base and all. But the Spore Colony is being morphed. Now it could be just barely in time. But here comes the Muta's going to try to snipe some drones first before the Spore Colony comes up. And some Zerglings in as well for, oh man, and the spawning pool not within range of this Spore Colony. So Soulkey's spawning pool is going to go down. There's not much he can do about this at all. He can fend off the Zerglings, but it's just a matter of time before the mutas pick off the spawning pool. Another creep colony being built right next to the spawning pool. Going to try to get a spore up to protect that, but I do think it'll be a little bit too late. Yeah, you can see Soulkey running around with Zerglings, trying to draw some Glaive Worm splash a bit. Zergling successfully doing that now, but it's splashing off of the Spore Colony as well. Whoa, the spawning pool down, no spawning pool, which means nothing for Soulkey. He can't pump Zerglings, he can't, oh my god, he has nothing. He can just drone up, he can just pump some drones, fight with drones. That's how a man does it in a ZVZ. You win with drones, man. Shoot those little spines. Okay, that was my spine sound. Alright, so the last of Soulkey's Zerglings running inside of this main, trying to snipe, desperately trying to kill some drones, but it might not be enough. No, the Zerglings sneaking by for Hyvaa as well, so somehow Hyvaa, I think, just took this game. Look at Soulkey, he's like, I can't pump anything. Sad Soulkey. Yeah, that was kind of a major screw-up from Soulkey with getting that second base. Should have been able to easily transition, but he's not even GGing. He can't even believe it himself. He's just so disappointed in himself after this loss. But don't be that disappointed, Soulkey. You'll have another chance in a tiebreaker. And because this is going to be a ZVZVZVZ tiebreaker. Oh, Soulkey, you're making me sad, man. Look how sad Soulkey is. GG from Soulkey. Hyvaa takes it, which means we're going to move into another tiebreaker for Group C. We're just lining up those tiebreakers left and right, man. Marathon of commentaries lined up for me already next week. Let's move on to Group D first.